எதுக்கு இந்த தண்ணி ஆஃபீஸ்னால் தண்ணி இருக்கணுமா? After 43 minutes of team discussion, all the four students are ready with the MS Enterprises ideology, which was mentioned in the opening team talk. So, the imaginary presentation, this environment is the office of MS Enterprises, which solely belongs to these four individuals, and Mark Sebastian is here, and let us see how far they are speaking. You all have to speak a little bit louder because the mic is with me. Hurry and get the tripod. Thank you. So the mic is in the common platform. If I move the cylinder, it is not going to be audible. So when it is here, it's going to be audible. So everybody has to speak a little bit louder. Okay? So you understood? Yeah, okay, in character everybody. Right, ready? Yes. Good evening, Mitra and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining this meeting. Your office is very big. You know, back in America, I used to have very small offices, but your office is very big. Look, 60 crores is my hard-earned money, and investing that into your small company. I had been seeing good news about Tata Group of companies, Reliance Group of companies, Adani Group of companies, Johnson & Johnson and Pepsi Coke, all those companies. But I am interested in only startup because of you youngsters. I was given to understand by your college principal that you are all classmates to each other. So, do you think 60 crores on your head is too big of a shoe to fit in? What do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
As you mentioned, this is some of the politics in the Indian companies, sir. As you mentioned, Tata and some Adani's group of tech companies have a big background in some areas, but we have not this amount of background. We are just starting up, so you can believe in us and you can invest the money, 60 crores. That this company was not owned by us, but this company was there, and they have been upgraded so much. Years they have been founded since in 1940, and now they have been updated some big sectors.
Okay.
So we have been take over the company, so you can believe that we can achieve this.
Sounds nice. Okay, thank you. And my secretary gave the agenda. That is, Mitra will speak first, Hariran will speak second, Dhanant will speak third, and Shivan will speak fourth. So, what have you got to impress me to invest 60 crores on your business?
Sir, first of all, thank you for choosing our company, sir. We are privileged and honored to present you about the plan. Like, this is just like a blueprint that we have prepared. So, like 60 crores that you are going to invest is a huge money, sir. And we think that our company is very deserving for that, because the evolution of our company is not a very simple thing. It will be very surprising. So, it was initially founded in 1940s, and all those the way it got evolved and all those will be explained by our colleagues, sir. And the main thing is, the only goal that we have is to make you satisfied about the 60 crores that you are going to invest. And your secretary also told that you are going to stay here only for 6 years, sir. And within the 6 years, you need to get all the profit as well as see a good impact on the people's mind and among the people group. So I think we have presented this plan for you, sir. So before we get on to the sectors, because 60 crores we are...
I think, beg your pardon,
yes,
sorry for the interruption. I think my secretary would have also told you that I'm very keen in investing on only 3 sectors,
yes,
3 target audience.
Yes,
You
sir.
prepared according to that?
Yes, sir. We have 3 targets, sir. And before we present you about the target, we would like to give a small introduction, sir. So since the finding of our company, sir, it got evolved into so many things, and for the recent past few years, it was just like an IT-enabled service. It was just made for IT-enabled services, and we had all sorts of things, sir. And before I present you our plan, sir, can we know the reason behind choosing our company, sir?
Evolution. You know, people are youngsters. Startup. India is believing in startup. All of your chief industrialists are beyond 70 years of age. And if I have to go there and if I have to invest 60 crores, I'll have to listen to their reasoning. I want my reasoning to take place in the company. And the best way to employ my reasoning and my logical thinking into the company is employing the youngsters. Money is mine, idea is yours, efforts are yours, profit belongs to both of us. That is the only reason. But if I go to a big company, let's say if I go to Mr. Ratan Tata's enterprise, I'll have to listen to them because they have been into the soil for the past 75 years. If I go to Ambani's, Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani was there in this soil for the past, almost about close to 60 years when he was a businessman. Now his eldest son Mukesh Ambani is leading the entire nation. So they will be dictating terms to me, and I will be investing my 60 crore, and they will be using that money. But as far as a startup is concerned, you are youngsters, like-minded people. Most importantly, you're good friends. You did your school together, you did your undergraduation together, and post-graduation together. So money is mine, idea is yours, profit belongs to both of us. That's the reason.
Sir, we obviously agree with your point, sir. And we also consider our motto being one of the contributing reasons for choosing a company, because our motto is we choose, since we recruit the talented people, sir. Like unlike the other IT enabled services who recruit all the people who have a required qualification. I'm not talking ill about those companies because they recruit people based on their qualifications. But apart from the qualifications, we recruit people based on the talents they possess, based on the skills they possess. They not alone need the basic qualification for entering into our company because it was IT enabled before. But because of your sponsorship and because of our company, it is totally evolved now, sir. But previously, as it was an IT enabled service, we recruited only talented people. Not every common people would be able to become like an expert in this because they need experience as well as talents. But at the same time, we don't mean that like common people, entrepreneurs won't be provided chances because chances is very important in this modern generation, sir.
But the choices are very, very wide. Agriculture in one extreme, machine and spare parts, that is automobile in another extreme, IT in another extreme, research is another extreme. You have put up regions in all the four corners. How will you be able to balance?
Sir, as I told you, it was IT enabled service previously, and as we are investing 60 crores, we wanted to make a right justice for it, sir. So we are dividing the company into four sectors, sir. Apart from having a single branch where everything will be based on the IT services, it is divided into four sectors further. Which the first one is going to be agriculture, second one will be for machine and spare parts, third one is IT enabled, and fourth one is research. The interesting part here is, sir, this research team, what it does is it makes research, it invents new things as well as it discovers, and if there is something required for building a process like manufacturing process, that research will be transferred into the second sector. So as we have lots of factories coming upon our way with the blessing of God and as well as your sponsorship, and along with it we also have the main branches. There will be so many factories where the manufacturing process will go on. So when this research team comes up with an interesting and intriguing idea, it will be transferred to the machine and spare parts like sector where that particular thing will be manufactured. Let's imagine, sir, there is a hypothetical situation where we think of certain things, sir. Like for example, if research, we are going to do research, sir.
Yeah.
If we are going to do research, sir, like machine and spare parts are going to play a main role in that, sir. So right from manufacturing.
I'm not clearly getting what do you mean by machine and spare parts. Is it automobile or is it anything else?
So everything spare parts. So for mic, it has been mic and wires inside the spare parts. In the radio means inside the radio spare parts, and everything. Like in the factory machineries.
So like let's take a hypothetical situation, sir. In this era, it is going to be everything is taken like this 3D printing and so many things, sir. Let's take an example of having a machine which would manufacture basic things at home itself. Like for example, few people, sir, who are not willing to spend so much money on the basic amenities, if they purchase a particular thing which is manufactured by our company, they will be able to produce those technologically advanced
Very nice presentation. Who's presenting what next?
Sir, myself, sir.
Yes.
Going to explain that how this company was founded and the history of this and what are the things we will be doing, sir. So this company was not owned by us, sir. This company since 1940, as our colleague Dr. Mitra has been told, sir. She has been completed PhD, so I mentioned the doctor, sir.
Okay.
So
Is that legitimate PhD or is it?
Yes, I worked so hard for that, sir.
I see.
So he was in the Bengaluru in the village, sir, and after that,
The founder. Okay.
founder, sir.
Right.
And he has been established spare parts, MS spare parts, sir. First he has been named as something.
But I was given to understand that this is a startup. Startup means it has started.
Yes, sir.
Started by you.
I'm
And you say
coming-
you are speaking about a founder, somebody else.
I'm coming, sir.
Oh, you are coming up. Okay.
So-
startup is coming up. Okay.
So while researching that, your grandfather was here, sir, for some reason, sir.
Absolutely. Yes.
So-
Yes. During British India, my grandfather was here.
Sir, so Mark Sebastian, as your grandfather name also Mark Sebastian, sir.
Yeah, I'm Mark Sebastian Jr. and he's Mark Sebastian Sr.
Yes, sir.
And I'm also called as, back in America, in my hometown, they nicknamed me as Master Sigma.
That's
So
good.
that's the initial is also coping up with that.
That's a good name, sir. And by some helps of Mark Sebastian, your grandfather, sir, has been changed his shop's name as MS Shop Spare Parts, sir. After that, he has been developed some. He has been creating some inventions like some objects, sir. And he turns into the IT and he develops so many machineries, sir.
Yes.
So what he has been developed EMS enterprises, sir.
Yes.
And from that some reasons, financial issues, the enterprise has been calmed down. So from that, Mr. Dalwant and Ms. Dr. Mitra has been have so much money, sir. They have been bought the company. From that, we four has been invest.
And you guys have applied for loan also,
Yes, sir.
mortgaging your educational qualification.
Yes.
You got some loan and you have put that money also inside.
Yes, sir. So this company was mainly targeted to the farmers, sir, because of the India's backbone is agriculture. So our company will be producing some agricultural machineries and in advanced drones in south side of India. The drones has been used by MS Enterprises, sir. So the drones will be helping to the agriculture like fertilizer spreading and surveillance, sir. And for keep seed to the land, the machinery will be able to the machine to seeding up to the field and so water supplies from the tank automatically will be supplying to the field paddy fields, sir. And another companies from factories, for the factories some spare parts of the machineries will be wanted, sir. So our company will be supplying the spare parts for the company and mainly the IT company for coding something new object are created in our company means the codes and the machineries and spare parts will be having, sir. So in the IT, the youngsters will be having the job in the fitting up the machineries in that non-educated people will be benefited. In the agriculture, the agricultural people will be benefits, sir. And our achievements are the highest employees in the India. And we was as I mentioned, we were introducing the drones. And we have been in this company. They have been collaborated with some foreign companies like Dens, Holiday Inn, and Mysteries Coffees. And
So if you are, if you have been doing all this, I have a question to Mr. Dhananjay.
yes, sir.
If you have been doing all this, how did you face competitions from other companies? Or how were you so successful when the other companies were also trying to do that? Of course, there are other companies which have agriculture as the main platform, which have IT enabled services main platform, Infosys. Tata Consultancy Services. They also have research IT enabled services. How did you face the competition?
Sir, we didn't think in same ways, we think in different ways.
So in the sequence, what presentation you have? I mean, as per the sequence after he finishes the presentation, what are you about to present?
Sir, achievements,
But Hariharan has already started explaining about achievement.
some achievements, we give.
Some of the ideas he contributed, sir. some
Fine,
of
let him finish and I'll come back to you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And
What are you going to speak, Shinu?
Sir, I will speak about the targets.
Nice. Right, I'll come back. Yeah.
and
You were explaining about the coffee thing.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And in the drone sector, in India, DJI it was the drones
Yes.
that has been flew, sir. So now some issues have been raised. So China has been surveilling us from that drone has been raised, sir. So our Indian company has been India is Bharat, sir. Bharat has been giving a chance for creating drones.
I see. Okay. Very promising, Mr. Hariharan and Dr. Mitra. Very promising kind of explanation. What have you got, Mr. Dhananjay?
Sir, in achievements, after the independence, India had food problems. That time we have most with agriculture. We are giving foods to majority of the people.
At the time, your founders were doing all that, but you were not even born that time. So, what is the assurance that you are going to do the same? You have got the company from the founders who were belonging to a different timeline, right?
Sir, the founder was our great grandfather.
Your great grandfather.
My
And also we are mentioning these points, like you want to justify your decision for choosing our company, sir. And some of our selling features were this.
So next,
You want to explain this point?
before that,
Which point?
Research,
We are saying about food drugs is also related to food. So
It's not
we
safe.
introduce a juice,
juice form.
juice farm. A juice farm is called Gold.
Gold Spot. 1970s and 1980s cool drink brand name. So you meet.
As he is a modern man, he is not able to like pronounce the exact words, sir. That's why he was.
I mean, he is not even educated to pronounce at least Gold Spot.
No, sir. Like it has a legacy behind this particular code. So we have to spell it in the appropriate way, sir.
What are the other beverages along with Gold Spot that you researched?
Sir, the main formula was for gold spot.
We only research it, sir.
So we produced from our own company. We did not rely on the other companies, sir. We produced from.
Do yourself a favor, Dr. Mitra, go back to your mansion, sit back, relax, have a cup of coffee, and research about Gold Spot and Limca. Limca.
And yes, sir. We provided formula for that, sir. And mainly our company produced several drinks, sir, like protein shakes.
I mean, you are into alcohol?
Sir, cool drinks, sir.
Cool drinks.
Then protein.
Beverages.
Yes, sir. Wait.
Yes, Mr. Dhananjay.
So next, 1975, India was experienced nuclear test. That time my research team were giving the research team the nuclear weapon. Government asked.
Is there anything that your company has not done, Mr. Dhananjay? I mean, like going to the moon, going to the
Unfortunately, we were not able to
That
research
was
that.
done by SpaceX companies.
And India has already done that. SpaceX company has already done that. Just a minute, sir. Just a minute.
Or else we would have earned all the space.
Okay. Let's say then that if I am investing my 60 crores into your company, what is the assurance you are giving me that you will not run away with 30 crores of my money?
It's not a simple question. It's not happening, sir.
You will not do that? Because I checked your past record, you have been very, very familiar in robbing some banks when you were doing your undergraduation. Like you were hacking some of the bank systems and you got, when credit cards and debit cards were introduced in the market, you were hacking so many people's money and you looted so many people's money. So what is the guarantee that you will not do the same with my money? Very truthful.
Sir, for the amount.
So you accept that he committed the crimes in the past?
No, sir.
I
Yes,
thought-
he has been well educated, sir. And he is a rich guy in our group, sir. Why he should be?
Rich people are the ones who are always doing the crime acts. So that's why I asked. Okay, I believe in you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Shiva.
Yes. Our targets are going to be farmers. Farmers will buy drones and we want drones to work in farms because the farmers are working a lot. They are facing a lot of problems, so they need drones. The drones will give water, it will irrigation, do irrigation, it will give manure, so it will help the farmers.
Okay.
Next is companies. We want companies to take our spare parts and if anything gets repaired in their company, we want them to ask us. So we'll get profit out of that. Next is youngsters. Nowadays, youngsters are using mobiles, but we want them. Yes, you can use mobiles, but you have to think something creative.
But Mr. Shivan, you are so promising, but during your college days you have applied for Indian Army and you have applied for NDA and all that. So what is the guarantee that you will all of a sudden, if I recruit you and if I'm investing so much money into your company, what is the assurance suddenly if your service selection board, if they are recruiting you, you'll go as an Indian Army soldier, then I will lose a man. So what kind of guarantee you are going to give for me? Because you are dual-minded. One half of your life's dream is in my company, another half of your life's dream is in Indian Army, serving the Indian Army. So you're double ambitious. How can I trust you? Yes, it's a good thing that if you're going and serving the army, you are serving our nation and we're all so proud of you. I'm also an Indian right now, although I belong to America. I'm also an Indian now because I'm investing all my fortune into your company. But at this point of time, if you leave my company and if you go to Indian Army, then how can I find a replacement? So how can I trust you? You have applied for Indian Army, right? See, that's why I'm asking.
I will give the money to others and
Yeah, finish what I started.
I will give the money to others and I will also work for the army and I will also work for this companies.
So you will have your machine gun loaded in the Indian Army camp and you will have your bank balance running in the company.
Yes.
One leg on in Kashmir, sir, another leg in Madras.
Okay. What kind of mission your teammate Mr. Shivan is having? As much as it gives me the pleasure that he is going to work for Indian Army, it is also giving me a kind of a fear that my money will be lost because synergizing effort, 4 brains, that's where I'm investing 60 crores. And if one brain is going to some other purpose, yes, of course, you are going to find a replacement within a spot. Even amongst your friend circle, you can pick up a man, but and you, aspiring doctor, and you have also applied for biomedical sciences, and you are appearing for NEET examination. Of course, you had appeared for NEET examination. You have cleared that also, and in future you might be jumping into the doctor profession. Yes, Mr. Hariharan mentioned that you have finished a PhD, but you will soon become, you will be interested. And Hariharan is interested in electronics and communications. Soon he might be transiting into some other business, and he has his own farmland. He is already a rich man, and at one point of time he can shed off everything and he can go to the agricultural land. At any given point of time, all the 4 people can be changing their minds. That's my feeling.
No, sir. We have.
No, sir, we are promising that we won't waste that money,
But you say you will have one leg in Indian Army and one leg in my office. How is that going to be possible, Mr. Shivan?
Sir, I will keep my money in the account and I will work for the army, sir.
What assurance you are giving me, Mr. Hariya, an aspiring electronics and communication engineer? Your UG is engineering in electronics, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are also having a dream. You know, I read with the micro impulses test that you had before coming into my understanding and memorandum of understanding. Your brain is always thinking about starting an electronics circuit company where you will produce electronics materials and you will be giving to the companies like Sony, Pioneer, all those companies. Having such a dream, how can I trust you?
But I have no money, sir. I have necessity of money, so I will be working here and I will be getting some money and I will be going there, sir. And you can believe that we have agriculture sector and
IT enabled sector and research.
yes, sir. So spare parts, sir. For spare parts, I will be taking care of.
750 p.
In spare parts, I will be taking care, sir. In agriculture sector, he will be taking care, and he will be taking care.
In the initial presentation, Dr. Mitra mentioned she will be taking care of agriculture and mission, while you three will be taking care of IT enabled service and research. And when that's where is my fear also, Mr. Hariya. When you are into the research, when you are into the IT enabled services, suddenly your mind can capture a fire to contact some export companies where you can work on your terms, and my money will be plundering. Okay, why don't we get some 7 crores or 8 crores in debt as a debt from Mark Sebastian and invest in my own startup company for electronics and communication. Youngsters' mind, it's unpredictable, right? So full of pythons. You know, when an opportunity is grabbed, just like a python rolls over its own prey, you will roll over the prey and you will break the bones. That's my fear. You understand my fear, right?
Yes, sir. But I have been giving a focus on your company, sir. We both have some needs, so you have been giving an opportunity, so we will be working with you, sir.
Okay, and to beg your pardon, even now you got a message from Apollo Hospitals asking for a contract to be signed for 5 years. Am I right? You have answered that message. See, hospitals are looking for you, the Jawans are looking for Shivan, the farmers are looking for Dhanvant, the electronics and communication conglomerate companies are looking for Haryana. What is the assurance? All of a sudden you will throw back all the loopholes and you will go to some hospital and join as a medical advisor.
Sir, apart from all this, since our childhood, although we have so many desires to achieve in our life so many goals, since our childhood we have been fed by our surrounding people, like our parents and our relatives, that we are supposed to take care of this company. It was started by our forefathers and along with your grandfather too, sir. And we think that we have to pay the right justice. Although we have applied for this, I have applied for NEET, and they all have their respective goals. We have put all our efforts, sweat and blood in preparing this plan for you, sir. Because 60 crores is not small.
60 crores.
60 crores.
What is that?
60 crores is not a small deal. It's a big deal, and we have to pay the right justice for this. And we have spent a lot of time, lot of sweat for preparing this plan for you. So we have to pay the right justice for this by continuing to work on it. Maybe after the 60 years, when this entire plan gets expired, maybe we might switch to other.
Okay, done it. My plan is to invest 50% of the money to be on a safe side. How will be your response? I'm going to invest only 30 crores. I have changed my mind. Now, how will you convince me to invest the 100% money? 60 கோடி போடுறேன்னு சொன்னவன் இப்போ 30 கோடின்னு சொல்லி நான் பேக் அடிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னா ஒரு யங்ஸ்டரை என்னை எப்படி கன்வின்ஸ் பண்ணுவேன்? ஏன்னா ஃப்யூச்சரில் அப்படி தானே இல்லை, ஒரு ஜாப்லேருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சு சேலரி பேக்கேஜ், அப்புறம் நீங்கள் ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் ஆரம்பிக்கிறீங்க கஸ்டமர் கிட்ட, ரைட்? ஓகே, ரைட். ஸோ நீ நான் டாக்டர் ஆகிட்ட ஒரு பேஷண்ட் கிட்ட பேசும்போது இன்னொரு டாக்டர் பற்றி அவன் பேசுவான், இன்டர்நெட்டில் படிச்சுன்னு சொல்லி பேசுவான். நாளைக்கு நீ இந்தியன் ஆர்மியில் இருக்க அப்படின்னா, இல்லை ஒரு பெரிய போஸ்ட்டில் இருக்க அப்படின்னா, மற்ற நாடுகளில் இருக்கக்கூடிய லீடர்ஸை பற்றி எல்லாம் பேசுவாங்க. ஸோ நாளைக்கு நீ ஒரு எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸ் அண்ட் கம்யூனிகேஷன் கோர் கம்பெனியில் இருக்கிற அப்படின்னா ஐடி தான் பெருசுன்னு ஒருத்தர் சொல்லுவோம், ஆட்டோமொபைல் தான் பெருசுன்னு சொல்லுவோம், அந்த கம்பெனி பெருசாக இல்லைன்னு சொல்லுவோம். அந்த மாதிரி டைமில் கன்வின்சிங் எபிலிட்டிங்கிறது ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷனலுக்கு இருக்கணும். ஸோ யூஸ் தட் கன்வின்சிங் எபிலிட்டி and convince me to invest the whole 60 crores into MS Enterprises instead of changing the decision to invest only 30 crores. How would you convince me? This is a common question for all the four.
Yes.
You all have to stay in character. We'll start with them. Yeah.
Sir, I'm not used to really talented people, sir.
Okay.
Sir, once upon a time, MS Enterprise was very in the top, sir.
It was not in the top, or it was top. It was top. Okay, it was top.
We still have the 4 things to develop a company, sir. We will get talented people and within 5 to 6 years, the agriculture is more, sir, because land. So, ultimately, agriculture is increase.
Okay. That's good. That's very convincing. Now I am placing a very important question in front of all you 4 people on the table. In 4 or 5 years, artificial intelligence is going to loot away IT industry. In 4 or 5 years, agriculture is going to be automatized. In 4 or 5 years, factories will have only robots. People are not going to be there. So all the 4 industries you have mentioned are going to be taking a complete nosedive change in 4 to 5 years. Agriculture will be automated, machine and spare parts. In the factory, only robots will work, the employees will not work. Dhananjay mentioned about recruiting the best employees from good colleges. Even that is going to be wiped away. And IT-enabled services, again, ChatGPT, AI era has come. Even for a person of Shivan's age can write a designation and resignation letter using ChatGPT. Alright, okay. A person who is not even knowing or not even aspiring to become a doctor can know what is a surgery, what is a plastic surgery, what is a bypass surgery. Right, so everything is going to be replaced. IT enabled, done. Research, few robots will do the research. Few human and robots will do the research. So what if our 60 crores of money is going entirely as a waste in 4 or 5 years, which is replacement? What's going to be an answer for this?
Sir, just think of the situation, sir. Now our primary achievement is recruiting highest number of employees in our country, sir. So that has been our primary achievement so far.
That's what he said.
Yes, sir. Sir, but just imagine your tenure is for 6 years. But within 3 or 4 years, when we have the overpowering of these robots, AI technology, and new AI supported AI enabled software, sir, just think about the belief that our people will have on our products, sir. So when a particular product is manufactured by a robot or AI, the people, that is the consumers who are purchasing the product, will have a higher belief on the productivity, efficiency, and as well as the quality. It will be the primary thing, the quality. So when it is like prepared by a robot, which is highly like knowledge, or even by AI softwares, which is of high fame and as well as high knowledge, the people will have more belief and the quality that we produce. So that because of that, the profits would increase, and you would get your share, and we would get our share as well. And our company will be, our company will be reaching the first position in our country. Although it is in the second position, through this we will be able to reach the first position.
Okay.
So and add upon this, whatever we using the AI or robotics, that will be created by humans, sir. So we want humans by talented, sir, as our colleague has been mentioned, the talent people, sir. So we can create the AI and machines by the qualified and uneducated people.
You mean to say machine cannot replace men?
Yes.
Men cannot be replaced, right? Okay. Your answer? They are believing so vividly and hardly in the human manpower as an answer for the question they asked. What's your answer?
Yes, sir. The humans are making the robots. So humans have that willpower, sir. They have
the number will be, robots' numbers will be outnumbered. That's what you mentioned. Good point.
Sir, and fire for
If
robot.
there is a sorry.
I'll come back to you. Yeah.
Fire for the robot will.
Keep the point in mind. Keep the
As
point in mind.
mentioned, robot will come, sir, but during beginning stage, sir, only rich people can buy and rich factory can buy, sir. And it's not
Efficient.
Efficient.
for both they can't buy, sir, and some things can only be by humans, sir.
நீ சொல்ல வந்த பாயிண்ட் என்ன அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்டால் என்னதான் ரோபோட்ஸ் இருந்துச்சுனாலும் there are something that only human beings can do. அதான் சொல்லணும்.
Yes, sir, because robots have been beginning stage.
Correct. Yes, you are about to say something and I stop.
Yes, if there are 100 things in the factories, for example, sir, those 25 things will be the robots and the 75 things will be the humans.
In that ratio, it's quite acceptable. Good job. Nice logical point.
And sir,
Any other points? Yes.
and if changes, the situation will be changes and we will be changing our products, sir. That our people will be creating AI and robots and we will be selling to the companies.
Okay.
Sir, in the future we'll have more robots in our companies, sir. We will not even employ robots.
All right. Any other points to be added?
Yes.
Well, I would like to give my final conclusion, and I am investing 60 crores. Taxable income, white money, which I have converted into Indian currency from the USD. But I want the profit in 5 years, not in 6 years. I want the profit in 5 years, 1 year short. Yes, I'm going to stay here for 6 years, but I will have to have the profit 1 year a little bit short. Do you have the action plans for that? Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
How?
The
All your plans which you have done for 6 years have to be doubled up and it has to be shortened. How are you going to make it?
Yes, sir. We can increase the employees and we can from your money we can create some other factories so that increasing the
I
number
mean
of
branches.
branches, sir, so we can produce more money
Okay,
and giving some creative ideas and creating products.
fine. 60 crores invested in 2023 and I will be going back to America in 2029 end. I want the profit in 2028. How much you will give? If I invest 60 crores now, in 2028, how much will you give me back? 60 is my investment. 5 years from now, think of a rough and small calculation into your mind. How much you are going to give me per year into 5?
Sir, almost
90 to 95 crores, which means 35 crores as profit in 5 years, or 95 crores profit alone in 5 years.
80 crores for agreements in 5 years.
Which means that includes my capital also. 60 plus 20, 80, 20 is the profit. That's what you were saying. So, in that opinion, you will be giving only 4 crores per year?
No, sir. We have been decided that for 5 years, what are the profits that have been achieved? From that, 40% will be yours and 60% will be ours.
Fair enough. Percentage wise, I'm okay. But I'm asking for the componential amount that I will take home.
That approximately as 95 crores.
Including the capital.
No, sir.
95 crores alone, profit alone,
Yes, sir.
in 5 years. Do you think it's possible?
Including
Which means 35 crores alone in 5 years?
sir, as per his
On the first year I invest 60 crores and in the 5th year I'm getting only 35 crores.
40%, sir. It calculate the amount of money for that, sir. And along with it, we'll add the capital, we'll give 40% 500.
Yes.
40%? 40%? 40%, sir.
I want 100 crores as profit alone. 20 crores per year. 20 crores per year. After 6 years, when I'm going back to America, I'm going to give the entire brand value and I'm going to write the name of the company in your name. It's going to be MHDS Enterprises, not MS Enterprises. Mitra, Hariharan, Dhanvant and Shivan Enterprises. Give me a promise and with the course of action that you will give 100 crores, we will sign the papers immediately. And I will bring the 60 crores Monday morning, fresh at 9 a.m. You can start working.
So for 100 crores, you are also going to give some ideas.
Absolutely. We are going to work hand in hand. I'm really confident and I'm really so impressed with the ideas that you 4 people have given me in this board meeting. That is why I'm investing. So we will see failures, setbacks, right? Successes and all that. Then and there we will have a meeting and we will expedite and we will have new ideas. We'll work together. Okay? Alright, thank you so much. Then the deal is on and we will sign the papers. I would like to invite you. I have bought a farmhouse recently. So you come to the farmhouse, have a nice dinner, sign the papers, and then we will start from Monday.
Sure.
Shivan, what did you learn from this exercise? Don't answer as MS Enterprises staff. Answer as Shivan of MS Evening Sessions.
Yes. I learned that how to manage problems not in the Indian Army, not when I work in the Indian Army, I'm not going to face problems like these.
Okay, and what was the name of this entire activity? Do you remember?
Sir, yes, sir. Do things on my own.
Good.
On my own.
On my own. Smart.
Sir, the activity's name itself gives the
Answer.
answers.
Answer.
Because it says do things on your own.
Correct.
It tells that we should not depend on anybody else.
Excellent. A third grade student, and you are in college, and you are in higher secondary. Do you both think that I should have known these kinds of things when I was little? I am knowing that only now. I am jealous of Shivan. He is learning these skills when he is in the third grade. I am learning all these skills only when I am in college and higher secondary. Do you feel that thought?
Sir, like, I
Of
have.
course. You are also continuing and you are also living in MS Evening Sessions for the past 4.5 years.
So that is almost like.
Close.
Yes, sir, close.
But still Shivan is 3 years in advance, right?
Yes.
What is your thinking?
Sir,
Because you did not spend so much time in MS Evening Sessions when you were schoolboy.
yes, sir. The year passes, the generation will be also upgraded, sir.
Yes.
So new things will be seen by our people, sir. So we can learn from the other people, sir. So that we can also update to there, and some offices also be transformed, sir. Some senior people will be there, sir. Like ChatGPT and cloud computing, like some language has been introduced, sir. They also want to learn, sir, so that they can be upgraded and they can also give some benefits to the people, sir.
Fantastic. That's nice. Then when you are writing your quarterly examination, and amidst that time, why should I have a session like this and why should I give you this kind of a technique where you did not refer any book, you did not refer any internet pages, you didn't even pick up your phone, you used your brain. All you 4 people used your brain. MS Evening Sessions, you will spend 1 hour using your brain. Perhaps in a week, that is the only one time that you are using your brain without relying upon any other resources. Then what?
Exams.
Of course, exams வந்துட்டு நீ வந்து விகடகவி மாதிரி நீயே உன்னுடைய டேலண்ட்ல எழுதுறியா?
You can write your own answer.
ஆமாம், படிச்சது தான் எழுதுறேன்.
No physics.
Questions.
நீ பிறக்கும் போதே ஃபிசிஷியனாக பிறந்தியடா, படிச்சுட்டானா எழுதுறேன். இங்கே நான் என்ன சொல்கிறேன்னா, கிரியேட்டிவ் ஐடியாஸ் அப்படிங்கிறத யோசிச்சு பண்ணுறதுங்கிறது இங்கே தானே பண்ணுறீங்க இல்லையா? எங்கே என்ன பண்ணுற? க்ரியேட்டிவாக என்ன எங்கேயும் கடைசியாக என்ன க்ரியேட்டிவாக என்ன யோசிச்சு எங்கே பண்ண சொல்லாது. டெல் மீ யுவர் லாஸ்ட் க்ரியேட்டிவ் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்.
In school, sir.
அதான்
Before my
என்ன பண்ண?
sir, I
என்னடா
ஸ்போர்ட்ஸில் அவன் க்ரியேட்டிவாக இருக்கும். ஸ்போர்ட்ஸு புதுசாக வந்து ஏஷியன் கேம்ஸில் வந்து இன்வால்வ் பண்ணுற மாதிரி ஏதாவது கிளித்தாண்டு கபடின்னு ஏதாவது கண்டுபிடிச்சி கொடுத்தியா? சொல்கிறா. நான் என்ன சொன்னேன், ஒரு வாரத்தில் வந்து எம்எஸ்சி ஈவினிங் செஷன்ஸில் வர அந்த 1 மணி நேரம் 2 மணி நேரம் தான் உங்கள் பிரெயினை ஃபுல்லாக உங்களுடைய பவரை வச்சு யூஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். நீ அதுக்கு என்ன சொன்ன? நோ சார் அப்படின்னு. அப்போ என்ன அர்த்தம்?
so அதுக்கு
பிரெயின் அப்படிங்கிறது எங்கள் எல்லாத்தை விட உனக்கு தான் ஜாஸ்தி இருக்கிறது எனக்கு தெரியும். ஆனால் அந்த பிரெயினை யூஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு விஷயத்தை யோசிச்சு இந்த மாதிரிலாம் எழுதுறதுங்கிறது இந்த செஷனில் தான் பண்ணுறீங்கன்னு நான் தெரியாமல் சொல்கிறேன். அதை நீ ஒத்துக்கிறியா?
அதே
நான் சொல்கிறது புரியுதா உங்களுக்கு? அப்போ அதை சொல்கிறேன் போல. நீங்கள் சொல்கிறது புரியல அப்படின்னால நீ ஆன்சர் சொல்லு. சிம்பிள் கொஸ்டின். உன்னுடைய பிரெயின்லேருந்து யோசித்த விஷயத்தை இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணுற ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி உனக்கு எங்கே கிடைக்குது? அப்படி நீ ஒன்று பண்ணியிருந்தீங்கன்னா எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஆர்வமாக இருக்குது. அது என்னென்னு எனக்கு சொல்லு. எல்லாமே உன்னுடைய ஐடியாவாக இருக்கணும். எல்லாமே உன் பிரெயின்லேருந்து வந்ததாக இருக்கணும். எவங்கிட்டேருந்து வாங்கினதாக இருக்கக்கூடாது, எதுலேருந்து படித்ததாக இருக்கக்கூடாது, எங்கேயும் கேட்டதாக இருக்கக்கூடாது. அப்படி எங்கேயும் பார்த்ததாக இருக்கக்கூடாது. அப்படி
டிராயிங் நம்மளாம் யோசிச்சு கற்பனை பண்ணியிருக்கோம்.
ஸ்கூலில் நீ சொல்லிக்கிட்டே இருக்க. சொல்லு. அதை டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி எங்கே என்ன பண்ணுன்னு சொல்லு. யார் என்ன டவுட் கேட்டாங்க? க்ரியேட்டிவாக நீ ஐடியா கொடுத்தங்கிற அதை எப்படி சொல்கிறா? என்ன கொஸ்டின்?
என் காலேஜ்
நாளைக்கு நாளைக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு செஷனில் என்ன யோசிச்சேன்னு கேட்டால் உன்னோட ஆன்சர் சொல்ல முடியுமா? இதுதான் யோசித்தேன் அப்படின்னு ஞாபகம் இருந்தால் உன்னால் ஆன்சர் சொல்ல முடியுமா? சொல்ல முடியுமில்ல? அப்போ அதுக்கு பேர் தான் க்ரியேட்டிவிட்டி. க்ரியேட்டிவாக ஒன்று யோசித்தேன் ஆனால் அது என்ன மறந்துட்டேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் அது எப்படி க்ரியேட்டிவிட்டி ஆகும்? சரி, பரவாயில்ல. அப்போ நீ வந்து நிறையா ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸுக்கு நிறைய ஐடியாஸ்லாம் கொடுக்குற அப்படின்னு சொல்கிற. அந்த ஐடியா தான் அவங்க யூஸ் பண்ணி வாழ்க்கையில் நல்லா இருக்காங்க. நீ தானடா அப்புறம் என்னடா படிப்பு சம்மந்தமாக இருந்தால் உங்ககிட்ட இருக்க கேட்க நீ சீக்கிரியாக சொல்கிறீங்க. சரி, பரவாயில்ல. சரி சரி, அடுத்த தடவைலாம் அந்த மாதிரி இது இருந்துச்சுன்னா மாஸ்க் போட்டுருவோம். ஓகே, உனக்கும் நல்லது. ஆமாம், ரைட். Good job. I really like your creative idea and this enterprise's name and the background that Hariharan mentioned and the initial presentation, the introduction of the sectors and the achievements explained by Dharmat and Shivan, very impressive. எனக்கு அந்த செக்டார்ஸ் ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது. அதில் எல்லாமே இருக்குது. ஆட்டோமேஷன் டெக்னாலஜி இருக்குது, பேசிக் ஆன ஒரு விஷயம் ஃபுட்டு அது இருக்குது, அப்புறம் க்ரியேட்டிவான டெக்னாலஜிக்கல் அட்வான்ஸ்மெண்ட் அது இருக்குது, புதுசாக யோசிக்கிறது. இந்த 4வது எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது ரிசர்ச். ஸோ குட் திங்கிங், ஃபேண்டாஸ்டிக்.
ஆக்டிவிட்டி தான் சார்.
ஆக்டிவிட்டி பண்ணலாம் தான். நீங்கள் 45 நிமிஷம் மேலே டீம் டாக் எடுத்துட்டீங்க. That's the official end of today's MS evening session, and the next session will resume next weekend. And that again depends upon not with regard to Hariharan, because Hariharan has got regular college schedule only, but Mitra, Shivan and Dhanvant have got their quarterly examinations, so you both have to confirm. Asking to your parents, you need to confirm when you can come. If you're not able to come, then we are going to have Saturday class alone. Okay? So you have to confirm, right? Hariharan does not have any problem. So if need arises, வாரத்துக்கு 4 செஷன்ஸ் கூட அவனுக்கு நான் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுவேன். I don't have audience, I don't have attendance, and that is why I am conducting only 2 sessions. Confirm. Okay. And the activities that I have planned for this on my own will continue next week. Okay. I have decided 4 activities, and those 4 activities நீங்க வந்த உடனேயே வெளியவே வச்சுருங்க. Right. Thank you. See you next week. This time.